Hey fraggers, welcome to another video. Today, I'd like to talk about XDefiant, the hot topic of this past weekend, and it's a pretty important one. You can see every single YouTuber that streams Call of Duty or uploads Call of Duty related content has given it a try and has made a video on this game, and it's totally understandable given the fact how Call of Duty community is kind of tired of the current model they've implemented, especially regarding the matchmaking system, skill-based matchmaking, and mostly I've seen people talk about the technical side of things, which is of course very important because XDefiant's been delayed and delayed and delayed, and right now it's essentially the same game that people played last summer. So the question is, why was this game delayed for so long if at the end of the day it's still the same game and it still has the same problems? Me personally, when I just jumped into the game, I had a lot of problems with the servers, bullet registration, or just getting killed around the corner or behind cover. I don't really want to talk about and focus too much on those things. There is plenty of videos on YouTube right now where you can learn about those things, especially Nero Cinema. I think he explained that really well. But I'm here to talk about something else. Something that, in my opinion, XDefiant promised to deliver and hasn't delivered, or even has outright lied to us as a community. And I've only seen Murder Show talking about this issue, which is of course skill-based matchmaking. But before I dive into that, I'd like to say that XDefiant is of course an arcadey hero shooter, and I'm not a fan of hero shooters. It's not something that appeals to me. I don't like this type of games, but I still wanted to give XDefiant a fair shot just because they said that this game would not feature skill-based matchmaking in public matches. My experience is actually the contrary. To be fair, it felt to me as if I was playing just regular Call of Duty matches. And I know there will be people saying that it's just sweat infestation, Call of Duty sweats, after hearing that this game would not have skill-based matchmaking. They just decided to jump into this game. And I agree. That's kind of the thing, because of course people that normally speak about SBMM in Call of Duty are tryhards or hardcore fans, because regulars or noobs, most probably they don't even know about SBMM or don't follow that discussion at all. But in my experience, there's more to it than meets the eye. You see, if it were just the sweat infestation, I would, and other people like Murder, for instance, Murder Show, we would see some sort of like randomness in the matches in the games that we played, but I haven't seen that. For me, when I started playing XDefiant, to be honest, I sucked at the very beginning because I was getting used to the game, to the controls and sensitivity, and it's completely normal. And it felt like after that, like looking back at the games that I had, it was some sort of like placement matches, because the first like 2 games, they were really hard for me. But then after that, and the game that you're seeing, I think it's my 3rd or 4th game, and I managed to get like a 4 KD or something. I did really well in that game. But after those placement matches, every single game I played, it was either a very close win or a very close loss. And that's the thing that you see with Call of Duty these days. Like almost like maybe with Call of Duty it's 9 or 8 out of 10 games you see like a very close game, and it doesn't even matter if you win or lose because it's all the same. And now when I look back at all the Call of Duties, or even all the Battlefield titles, or even the current one, 2042, it clearly doesn't have skill-based matchmaking. And you see, close games are very rare. It's very rare for you to have a very close game. In the case of XDefiant, that was almost every single game. And after those initial placement matches, in my opinion, all the opponents on my team and enemy team were pretty much at the same level. I even checked on the scoreboard, I checked the KD. It was almost like all the same, but especially the KD. The KD of everyone, every single person in the lobby was close to 1. That's what skill-based matchmaking does. And on Saturday I started playing with a friend of mine who hasn't played Call of Duty for a very long time. He quit playing it especially with SBMM. And you know what? We were like making predictions how the next game was gonna go. And it was something like 4 games we would lose and then 4 games we would win. And it was all the same. I didn't feel any kind of variety. Back in the day with Modern Warfare 2 2009, it was a different story. I mean, I could definitely see a mixture of players, play styles on the other team and on my team. And it was normally a solid win or a solid loss for either team. Then sometimes the other team was just way too bad and one team just dominated them, and you either end up on the winning team or losing team. But in case of XDefiant, I've noticed that it's kind of trying to manipulate my win-loss ratio. So after I lose a couple of games, then I win a couple of games. And the people that I play with, after those placement matches, I've noticed that it was just from middle, high-level people. I mean, high skilled level. So it's not as strict as in Call of Duty these days, but it's definitely skill-based matchmaking in XDefiant. So everything we've heard so far that it didn't have skill-based matchmaking, in my opinion, it's a lie. And given the latest rumors and leaks that the developers said that Ubisoft or the high-ranking bosses or chiefs wanted XDefiant to look like Call of Duty, it kind of explains everything to me, because look at the end product. I mean, the game itself, the core gameplay hasn't changed much. We still have the same issues that were plaguing the game last summer, and I feel it's like this matchmaking system, another point that supports the fact that there is in fact skill-based matchmaking in the game. Otherwise, why would you disband lobbies after every single game? Because that's the whole point of connection-based matchmaking. You match people based on their ping, on their connection, and once you have a lobby of people with good ping, there is no reason for you to disband it. You see what I mean? That's my point. That's the whole point of connection-based matchmaking. And also it has a social side to it when people can actually interact with each other, you can make friends, play together, and so on, you know. But anyway, the thing is that you stay together because you have good connection, and that's the thing. But in XDefiant, every lobby gets disbanded after every single game, and that's exactly what Call of Duty is doing, or has been doing since Modern Warfare 2019. It's recalculating your performance, your skill, after every single game, and I don't see that variety at all. So with Sweat Infestation, there ought to be some form of variety, at least in terms of wins or losses, or the skill level of the people. Because I've seen, like in this gameplay, there is a guy crouch walking around the map and I end up killing him, but after those games I haven't seen anyone doing that. And I don't want to play against bad people, but it's just so obvious. I mean, why would you market this game as a game that doesn't have skill-based matchmaking, but when it actually does? So there you have it. That's my opinion. Please let me know in the comments down below what you think of XDefiant, whether it has skill-based matchmaking or not, or what your experience has been so far. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.